episode 5 of the Dustin and Cassie show, and we are live on the road. We wait until there's my notification that I'm live on my channel. So Eli's in the background. He's not supposed to be there. Ignore him. He's not there. We are live on the road. We went to visit Zach and Jamie today. They are staying with some friends, so we went and hung out with them today. We took them dinner, or lunch rather. I guess it would have been more like
we were supposed to just drop off food, and we were asked to stay, so
there's nobody watching. We're a minute in and there's nobody watching. Where are you at?
Normally I post something saying that we're on and then people come on. I'm driving.
Oh. So since we're here, nobody's talking. Hey, Sims50, what's up? How's it going, dude? Are you going to be joining us live? Like you said, if we would, I didn't tell you this.
I read it.
Oh, did you read it? See, she goes and reads your comments, dude. So, I wonder if I can put this here like that. Will that work? There it goes. Now, if Eli leans that way, he won't be in the video.
That's okay.
There we go.
Video.
So,
Hit him up.
what?
Nothing.
Anyway.
I'm driving for a change.
She's driving. We are heading home. I'm really shocked there's nobody. Do you want me to post on your Facebook?
If you want to. It is still early though.
6:30.
I know, but we normally don't go live till like 8.
No, the last couple weeks since daylight savings time we've been going early. Social media, your phone's so much different than mine. Zach messaged half an hour ago and said thanks again, appreciate the comfort food.
So normally he drives, but I'm borrowing my father-in-law's car and I really like to drive it, so I'm driving instead. My brakes went out in my car this week.
Well, they didn't go out. Her front brake pads,
Your dad said it was so bad. He said that the driver's side one was horrible.
Was there any pad left, or was it metal to metal?
No, it was metal to metal.
That's why it was scraping bad.
So.
Do you just put the link?
I usually just put the link, yeah.
Is it / Dr. Wells?
I don't know. I just go and reshare it.
I think it is.
Anyhow, so I took and made some taco salad, and Gina made some bread, and they made Gina and I think Chrissy made some cinnamon rolls to take. So those things needed to go today. So we went ahead and we went out there, and my intention was just to put it on the steps or give it to them and not stay, and so yeah. Eli went out with the boys, and
the friends that they're staying with, they have 3 boys, and then Joshua and Caleb, and so they all 6 of them went out and tramped through the woods, and was there a pond I think they went to go, or a creek?
I think there's like all kinds of stuff there, but they have like 60 something acres. So anyway, so how was your week?
Good. Sunday we went out to our friend's place to help them get their workshop finished up.
Well, you did that, and I took the boys to there because I had the boys.
Right.
I've been driving back and forth all week to where our friends are, the friends are, and so it's about an hour and a half drive from our house. So I've been driving back and forth all week.
And we had cold weather come in Sunday night.
We actually had a little snow.
I had to go out to south central Kansas and woke up Monday morning to like ice on the windshield, and it was like sleeting rain, and it did not warm up above freezing again until like middle of Wednesday, I think it was. So I went to delivered in Kansas on Monday. I delivered in Columbia, Missouri on Tuesday, And then Wednesday, I went and delivered down on the north side of Dallas. And here's the cool thing, I'm a flat earther, and the Flat Earth International Conference was in Dallas, and it was this week, and I wanted to go, but didn't have the funds, Well, I knew my load was going, North Dallas. So Wednesday morning, I posted on Facebook asking, people that were there to tell me where it was at so I could see if I was going to be close by or not. Dallas is a big area, but I thought, hey, if I'm, within, 15, 20 miles, if it's on the way, maybe I could swing in and say hi to a few people. My brother Noel Hadley was going to be there, and we had one person watching, and then now they're gone. I wanted to, if I had a chance to meet him in person, I wanted to meet him. Oh, it's Janet LaRue. Hi, Janet! It said there was somebody watching, then there wasn't, and then her comment showed up, but it still says nobody's watching. But Noel Hadley was going to be there, so I wanted to see him, and I knew Nate Wolf was going to be there, and Rob Skiba, and Rick Kummer, and Chris and Liz Bailey were going to be there, and so I wanted to swing in for a couple hours and see these people if I can, or at least for a half an hour.
Traffic today. Was there a football game?
Not that I'm aware of. But anyhow, so Nate Wolf posted and said it was at the Embassy Suite in Frisco, Texas. I'm like, no way. I'm like, my load is my last stop where I'm gonna finish out at. Hey Ben. Janet says she's here. I'm like, no way. My load is finishing out in Frisco, Texas, and I looked it up, and my load was going to a job site on the same road that the conference was being held at, the Embassy Suites. It was on Gaylord Parkway. I'm like, they're a mile apart. I'm like, our Father is so good. He knew I wanted to go.
And it's expensive.
It is expensive, but it's a business. It's he does it. The guy puts it on. Robbie does it. To make money. So, but the cool thing was, it was the day before when I told them that I was gonna be going down near Dallas, and maybe I could swing by there. Eli was like, "Well, that'd be cool, Dad. Maybe you could go there and take your 30-minute break while you're there." I'm like, "Well, buddy," I'm like, it's kind of like a more of a 30-minute thing than going there to hang out. Well, I'm like, when I found out it's a mile away, I'm like, dude, I'm going. This is totally the Father, So I put out there to somebody I don't recognize is there. Muaz Many. Oh, there's a bunch of people I don't recognize. Hello everybody. Anyway, so the Baileys said that they could pick me up, and they could pick me up after they stopped off at their Airbnb, and so I got finished out, and they were just getting to their Airbnb. So I decided I'm gonna go find a spot close to the conference center, and I'm just gonna go park, and I'm gonna walk over there. So pulled up my Google Maps and drove over that direction, and I found a little shopping center that had a construction site right next to it that was just a half mile up the road. And I have Instagram, but I don't use it. And
What is it?
does this boy have Instagram? So I parked behind I think it was an Ethan Allen. I parked behind in their parking lot, and fucking languages I don't recognize. Anyways, parked there, walked over to the conference center. Right? Walked over to the conference center and went inside. Went in and I met up with Nate, said hi to him, and then I went and saw Noel, met up with him, and Jake Grant was there from Now You See TV, talked to him for a bit, talked to Isaac Chavez from Standstill Clothing. Hey, Wheat Tree's watching. Thanks, Wheat Tree. Wheat Tree mod in the house. And so talked to Isaac Chavez for a little bit, saw Rob Skiba, got to hug his neck, and oh yeah, Ben's there. Josh and Melissa's watching. Hey guys. And okay, so here's the cool story about meeting Noel. So I saw him down at the end. Ran into Marla Palmer, and I was like, "Have you seen Noel?" She's like, "Oh, he's right over there." So he was talking to Jake Grant, had his back to me. So I snuck up behind him and I did like this because Jake and Sierra saw me and I didn't want them to give it away. So I snuck up behind Noel and I leaned in to give him a hug from behind. Well, I leaned in, he felt my chest, hit his back before my arms came around. And I bet you Ben's wrench is working. He's just being lazy. Lazy Ben. He's got a newborn. He can be lazy. I don't mind. But anyhow, so I leaned in to Noel to give him a hug from behind, and because he left a comment on my post, come give me a hug. And so I leaned in.
You're a hugger anyway.
I'm a hugger, but he knows that, I leaned in to give him a hug from behind, and he felt my chest, it hit him, first, and so he knew someone was coming up behind him to give him a brace. And he said, at first he thought, oh, my wife's getting ready to hug me. And then he seen my arms come around and he saw my hairy arms and he goes, that's not my wife. That's not my wife. Is what his brain was going. Then I squeezed him and then I let him go and he turned around and saw me and then he gave me a big old hug. Are you going to take this exit or the next one?
No, we're going to go.
Okay. So I hung up there for a couple hours, because the time I was leaving would have been Dallas rush hour traffic. And so I'm like, I could go sit on the highway in Dallas or I could sit in the conference center and talk to people there. So I got to talk to Robbie Davidson. And then on the way out, I ran into Daryl Marble. And he's like, well, he was like, I said, oh, Daryl Marble. He's like, yeah. And then I told him who it was. I said I subscribed to his YouTube channel. He's like, well, did you want a picture? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, I guess I didn't think about it. I'm not like I'm like fanboying or anything, but yeah, sure, why not? So he took a picture with me.
You were totally fanboying.
I wasn't. No, I mean I don't watch Daryl Marble. Of course, he doesn't put out a lot of videos anymore.
Fanboying over Noel.
I was not fanboying over Noel. I'm not a Noel fanboy. Noel is my brother. So,
kidding.
but anyway, I mean, no, I don't. What's that?
I asked him to stop. He's pulling the seatbelt.
Oh. So yeah, I got to do that on Wednesday, and then came back, and then I picked up a load going to Louisiana, and I delivered that Friday morning, and then was back yesterday afternoon about 3:30. So yeah, and then we had some friends over. Pardon me. We had some friends over for dinner last night. Had a good conversation with them, and then today. So.
Get an extra day at home this week.
Yep, I get an extra day at home. I don't have to work tomorrow. We got some stuff we got to take care of Monday morning, so I have tomorrow off work. So we're reading Noah's book. I thought you were, Ben, based on that one comment you left on his post recently with that thing that you said you were studying. I was like, I don't know what any of that is, but based on Noel's comment, I knew it had to be something to do with something he's mentioned in his book. So. Yes. Anyway, we got anything coming up this week? I don't think we have anything on the docket.
Nope. I'm just driving back and forth.
So, and we're looking towards Thanksgiving coming up at the end of the month, getting prepared for that. Had a interesting discussion today and last night.
Don't talk about that.
Why?
Because I don't want it on my channel, or I don't want it on my.
On whose channel? Whose channel is this?
I don't want it on my show with you.
Okay, fine.
All it is confrontation, and it's stupid.
I wasn't even going to go into names or nothing. I was just going to say...
We're celebrating Thanksgiving.
There's some people that try to say that it's tied to false god worship. We don't see any evidence of that.
But if you do, that's on you. That's
if you do, you should share it, because I would like to know. Because if it's something we shouldn't be celebrating, we want to not celebrate it. But as far as we know, we've never seen any evidence that Thanksgiving is tied to any false god worship. I mean, we gave up, Christmas and Easter because strong evidence is there that, hey, that's tied to false god worship. God doesn't want us to do it. So if Thanksgiving's the same way, then we need to get rid of it. But as far as we know, and other people that we trust their research, it's not tied to any false god worship at all. So therefore, there's no scriptural reason to not celebrate it. It's like another Sukkot, but without sukkahs. And that's right, Ben. And I look at it as it's similar to Hanukkah. Hanukkah is not a holiday that was established by God, but it, in my opinion, based on John 10, it's endorsed by Yeshua. You know, he was there at the temple during that feast. Well, if the feast was bad, like people want to say, why would he have even been there at the temple, giving the appearance of evil that he might have been keeping a feast that they're not supposed to be kept? You're good, babe. You got it. You can get over.
I can't tell how far away he is.
He's fine. You got more than a car distance. So, anyways, so yes, so we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. What would Jesus do? He'd keep the feast.
Is it the first one or the second one?
I don't know which one you're planning on going to.
To go towards Walmart.
To go towards Walmart? I think it's the second one, I believe.
I don't normally go this way.
Anyway, it's gonna be a short video tonight because we're gonna be stopping here to grab a bite to eat on the way home. So you've only got us about for 4 more minutes, maybe. So I would say continue to pray for Zach and Jamie. Continue to pray for healing. Pray for strength for the family.
Honestly, that's what she needs right now is strength. She needs, like, I gotta get over, don't I?
Yeah, one more lane.
She needs
Maybe
energy.
talk louder.
She needs energy. She needs, things, her body to function, her organs to function.
Eli, it looks like you're picking your nose. Stop.
Properly.
He's got his hand on his nose like this, and that far away, it looks like he's picking his nose.
That car up there is like all over the road. Like literally, he was going like this.
Oh, that one there, or the one behind us?
The one right there.
Okay.
They're not going where we're going, right?
No, they're going that way to get on 49 North.
But and I would say just pray for Zach. The man will not leave her side. He has people there that will help, but he won't leave her side. And so he's getting very little sleep. He did say he is getting more sleep. So he had more sleep last night, so that's good. But he's doing what any loving husband would do. Like he's not leaving her. Anyways, so we're all still praying for a miracle.
Yep.
What did they say? I can't read. I can't read it.
Live chat. How do I make it come back up again? Okay. Ben said Jamie has been on our minds and constantly. Zach too. Ben said that, and he also said drive safely. Janet said praying for Jamie and Zach. Weetree said none of us expect less than what he is doing. So.
It's one thing to hear about it. It's one thing for us to tell y'all whatever, but you guys, it's something completely different when you are actually seeing it. My mom sat at my dad's bedside when he passed away. She took care of my dad from many, 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 many years. And it's just something special to see that kind of love that somebody has.
You can get over.
Because not everybody can do that. Not everybody. I don't care if you love the person or not. Not everybody can sit and watch and do what he's doing. So, it's incredible. I love Dustin.
Hey, Dallas.
I love Dustin, and I know that he loves me. And I know he would do anything for me. But I think there's only so much that he would be able to handle. And I don't know that he'd be able to handle everything that Zach has handled. And that's not saying anything bad about you, because I don't mean it like that at all. I just, you would struggle.
No, I wouldn't.
You would struggle.
No. Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Yeah. And like I said, that's not saying anything bad.
Rachel said she is his other half. Benjamin said, far worse is something that we don't comprehend much during the marriage ceremony. Yeah, for worse. You know, for better or for worse, something we don't comprehend during the marriage ceremony. Ben said, I do it because I'm tenacious. That's right, Ben. But anyways, we're going to cut it short because we want to get Whataburger. So we're pulling into
There's a
Whataburger.
burger that he wants.
She said there's this new jalapeno ranch burger she told me about that's
really
like a patty melt that's really, really good. So I'm like, let's stop and get that on the way home so I can try it.
We don't eat out
Yeah,
very often,
we don't.
especially together.
So we're going to do that.
Gone.
So y'all, that's it for tonight's episode. We love you guys. Short, sweet, simple. Hope you all had a great week. Continue to uplift the Bauer family in prayer.
Not just the Bowers, but the Looters.
The Looters too.
Make sure that,
you know, Jamie's parents, Tim and Joanne. So remember to keep them all in prayer. Pray for strength. Pray for healing. Never lose, you know, faith that a miracle can happen. We're still believing for that. So y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you all next week, unless we decide to do something sooner. So we love y'all. Be blessed. Shalom. End the video. There we go. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?
Yes.
Yes.
No, it's still going.
Bye, Felicia.